Hello, and welcome to Tankspot's guide to the Mogu Shan Vault's raid instance. My name is Diavoli, and today I will be showing you the strategy guide for the 10-man normal version of Gara'jal the Spiritbinder. For this fight, you will want to bring 2 tanks, 2 to 3 healers, and a balanced DPS makeup. Gara'jal will immediately begin the fight by casting an ability called Voodoo Dolls on the current tank and 2 other random raid members. This ability causes Gara'jal to fixate on his current target and causes all players afflicted with Voodoo Dolls to take 70% of the damage that any other player with Voodoo Dolls takes. These players will need focused healing, and your tank should roll cooldowns over this period to smooth out damage spikes. This debuff lasts for about a minute, at which point Gara'jal will banish his current target into the spirit world, and the Voodoo Dolls debuff will drop. The second tank will have about 2 seconds to pick up Gara'jal before the next Voodoo Dolls debuff is thrown out. The main mechanics of this fight are the spirit totems that Gara'jal throws out. These come out about every 35 seconds and have approximately 250,000 health. When they are killed, they take the 3 nearest people who are inside their circle with them to the spirit world. When you are pulled into the spirit world, you are brought to 30% health and given a debuff that lasts 30 seconds. If you are still in the spirit world when this debuff expires, you will die. The only way to get out of the spirit world is by using an extra action button that will only appear after you are healed to full health. Inside the spirit world, there are mobs that will continuously spawn throughout the fight. They will cast damaging spells on both people who are inside and outside the spirit world. However, they can only be attacked by players inside the spirit world. Additionally, while players are inside the spirit world, receiving heals will empower them. What this basically comes down to is that DPS who go into the spirit world will do more DPS, and healers who go into the spirit world will regain a lot of mana. The best way to handle this mechanic is to rotate your healers and 2 DPS through the spirit world. This will allow your healers to keep up with the high damage output by giving them a significant source of mana regeneration. It will also let your DPS kill adds in the spirit world, reducing overall raid damage. The goal is to kill as many adds as possible and then escape to the real world just a few seconds before your debuff expires. It also must be noted that players currently afflicted with the Voodoo Dolls debuff cannot enter the spirit world through the spirit totems, so you may have to shuffle some people around to accommodate this. Don't feel like you have to take every totem that spawns. If you take it at your own pace, things will work out much better for your raid. The last mechanic to discuss is how the tanking works. When a tank gets banished, he is forced into the spirit world and also given 30 seconds to return to the real world. However, the way tanks escape the spirit world is different. When you get sent to the spirit world, you are sent to kill a mob called a Sever of Souls. This is very easy to do, as this mob only has about 422,000 hit points. It is worth noting that you can also do some damage to the other adds in the spirit world at this time. Just make sure that you escape back to the real world on time. When a tank gets banished, the other tank should immediately taunt to make sure that Gara'jal will fixate on him for the next Voodoo Dolls cast. At 20% remaining health, Gara'jal will frenzy, increasing his attack speed and damage dealt. He will also stop spawning totems and stop banishing people. This is when you want to use Bloodlust and burn the boss. Tanks should try to swap in between Voodoo Dolls and use cooldowns to help mitigate raid damage. The enrage timer can be pretty tight on this boss, but with some practice with the spirit world mechanics, your raid should have no trouble taking this boss down. Thank you for watching this guide, and as always, you can find more information on this or any other encounter on our forums at tankspot.com.